Hello guys, welcome to Tutorly. So, in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to use Affinity, the all-in-one design app from Canva, covering everything from vector design to photo editing to page layout, even if you've never touched design software before. Affinity used to be 3 separate paid apps: Designer, Photo, and Publisher. But Canva has now merged everything into one single free app, which means you get professional-grade design tools without paying a subscription and without switching between different programs to finish a single project. This is a massive shift for anyone who's ever tried to work across multiple design tools and dealt with the headache of exporting from one program and importing into another. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to move between all 3 of Affinity's core workspaces and create your very first project from start to finish. Step 1. Download and install Affinity. First, head over to Affinity Studio in your browser and click Download. Choose the version for your operating system, whether that's Windows or Mac, and run the installer once it finishes downloading. When you open the app for the first time, you'll be asked to sign in with a free Canva account. Don't worry, you don't need a paid Canva subscription to use Affinity's core tools. The entire vector, pixel, and layout toolset is completely free, with only the AI-powered features requiring a premium Canva plan. This means whether you're a hobbyist just starting out or a freelancer looking to save on software costs, you're getting the exact same professional toolset either way. There's no watered-down free version holding back any of the core functionality. Step 2. Create a new document. Once you're signed in, click on New Document. You'll be given a range of preset sizes to choose from, things like social media dimensions, print sizes like A4, or custom pixel dimensions if you're working on something specific like a logo or a YouTube thumbnail. Pick a size that suits your project, or just choose a simple square canvas if you're following along to practice, and click Create to open your workspace. If you're not sure what size you'll need down the line, don't worry too much about getting it exactly right at this stage. Affinity lets you adjust your canvas dimensions later through the Document Setup menu, so this first choice isn't set in stone. Step 3. Understand the 3 studios. At the top of your screen, you'll notice 3 tabs: Pixel, Vector, and Layout. These represent the 3 studios that used to be separate apps. Pixel is where you'll find everything that used to belong to Affinity Photo, things like photo retouching, filters, and raster-based editing. Vector is where Affinity Designer's tools now live, perfect for logos, icons, and scalable graphics. And Layout is what used to be Affinity Publisher, built for multi-page documents like brochures, magazines, and books. Switching between these 3 tabs instantly changes your available tools, but you're always working within the same single file, which is a huge improvement over constantly exporting and re-importing between separate apps. Imagine designing a book cover in Vector, adjusting a photo for it in Pixel, and then laying out the full interior pages in Layout, all inside one file without ever needing to save and reopen anything elsewhere. Step 4. Explore the Pixel Studio. Click on the Pixel tab to switch into photo editing mode. Here you'll find tools like the brush, the clone stamp, and the healing brush, all designed for working with photographs and raster images. Try importing a photo by going to File, then Place, and selecting an image from your computer. Once it's on your canvas, you can use the Adjustments panel on the right to tweak things like exposure, contrast, and color balance, giving you a lot of the same retouching power you'd expect from a program like Photoshop. The Pixel Studio also supports layer-based editing, so every adjustment or retouch you make sits on its own layer, meaning you can always go back and fine-tune or remove an edit without affecting the rest of your image. Step 5. Explore the Vector Studio. Now click on the Vector tab to switch into design mode. This is where you'll create scalable graphics using tools like the Pen tool, the Shape tool, and the Node tool. Try drawing a simple rectangle or circle using the Shape tool in the left-hand toolbar. Then click and drag on your canvas to see how the shape appears. Everything you create here is vector-based, meaning it stays perfectly sharp no matter how much you scale it up or down, which makes this studio ideal for logos, icons, and illustrations. This is the exact same technology used by professional brand designers, since a vector logo can be resized from a tiny app icon all the way up to a massive billboard without ever losing sharpness or clarity. Step 6. Explore the Layout Studio. Next, click on the Layout tab. This studio is built for arranging text and images across multiple pages, think brochures, resumes, or even entire books. Here you'll find tools for adding text frames, master pages, and page numbering. If you go to the Pages panel on the right side of the screen, you can add new pages to your document and apply consistent styling across all of them using master pages, which saves you from manually formatting each page one at a time. This is especially useful if you're designing something like a multi-page catalog, where you want the header, footer, and page numbers to stay perfectly consistent across dozens of pages without repeating that work every single time. Step 7. Work with the Layers panel. No matter which studio you're working in, the Layers panel on the right side of the screen keeps track of everything on your canvas. Every shape, photo, and text box you add shows up here as its own layer. You can rename layers by double-clicking on them, reorder them by dragging, and toggle their visibility using the eye icon next to each one. Keeping your layers organized and clearly labeled becomes especially important once you start combining elements from multiple studios in the same document. A project with photos, vector icons, and text can easily end up with dozens of layers, and clear naming is what keeps that manageable instead of overwhelming. Step 8. Add in style text. Select the text tool from the toolbar in any studio. Then click on your canvas and start typing. Once your text is added, use the character panel on the right to adjust the font, size, spacing, and color. If you're working in the Vector Studio and want your text to display consistently across any device, you can use the Convert to Curves option, which turns your text into an editable vector shape rather than relying on the font being installed on whoever opens the file. This is a small step that a lot of beginners skip, but it can save you from a frustrating situation where your carefully chosen font gets swapped out for a generic default when someone else opens your file on a different computer. Step 9. Apply color, effects, and adjustments. Select any element on your canvas, then head over to the Color panel to change its fill or stroke. In the Effects panel, you can add shadows, glows, or blurs to give your design more depth. And if you're working with a photo in the Pixel Studio, the Adjustments panel lets you fine-tune brightness, contrast, and color grading non-destructively, meaning your original image stays untouched, and you can always go back and tweak your edits later. It's also worth building out a swatches palette early on if you're working on a branded project. Saving your exact brand colors once means you'll never have to second-guess whether a shade of blue matches across different elements of your design. Step 10. Export your finished project. Once you're happy with your design, click on the Export tab at the top of the screen. Choose your file format. Options include PNG, JPEG, SVG, and PDF, depending on what you're working on. Select whether you want to export your entire canvas, a specific page, or just a selected object. Then click Export and choose where to save it on your computer. If you're exporting a multi-page layout project, you'll typically want to save it as a PDF, since that format preserves your formatting and is what most printers and publishers expect to receive. If your project includes logos or icons from the Vector Studio, exporting those separately as SVG files is a smart move too, since it keeps them fully scalable for anyone who needs to reuse them later on a website or in another design. And that's it. That's exactly how you can start using Affinity's all-in-one design app, moving between pixel, vector, and layout to handle photo editing, graphic design, and page layout all inside a single free program. Whether you're editing photos, designing a logo, or laying out a full document, Affinity now gives you everything you need in one place without the subscription costs that used to come with tools like this. Spend some time exploring how these three studios interact with each other. That's really where Affinity's biggest advantage shows up. And once it clicks, you'll wonder how you ever managed switching between separate apps before. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials just like this one.